Hello, I'm Hansi Parchment. You're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
I think the uniqueness of the Reggae Girls is they embody the national motto of Jamaica, which is out of many one people. So when you look at the entirety of the Jamaica squad, you have dark-skinned girls, mixed-race girls, girls who have black and Asian in them. You also have the homegrown players, so like your Bunny Shaw, your Konya Plummer, your Denden Blackwood. So what that means in terms of from a grassroots perspective is girls who are born in Jamaica can look at a Bunny Shaw and hear that authentic accent and say, you know, if Bunny can make it, then so can I. Once you hear that authenticity, that raw Jamaican accent, they should be able to look at a Bunny Shaw who's now our captain to say, if Bunny can do it, especially if you come from the same community, the same parish as her, if she can do it, then so can we.
I want to give a big bless up to the Reggae girls out there. They ain't believe in us. John did. Reggae girls, keep winning, keep inspiring. I know you're going to be great out there. World Cup. Sadella Marley, number love. Bless up from DJ Khaled.
And I'm representing for the Reggae girls. You know what I mean? Big up on yourself every time. Especially if you're qualifying for the World Cup back to back. You know what I mean? Sidela, big up yourself. One love every time. You know the thing go. Blessing off a flow like a river. Blessing off a flow like a river. What the Reggae girls do? Left them name night earth like a queen. Me have to big up the top soccer team. You know Massacre represent. Jamaica supporting every time. You know the thing go.
Hello, I'm Hansi Parchment. You're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
I feel like I'm from UK, you know.
See the moonlights on the town. Whoa, I'm getting ready. Talawa TV is in the town. Whoa, I'm getting ready. Got a corner on the telephone. Yeah, this is the Ocean of the Messenger, and you're watching Talawa TV with the host and best Davis. Take it away.
My Talawers, how are you all? Good afternoon, good evening, possibly good morning. All depends on where you are in the world. Welcome back to another live stream. There's so much going on in the world, guys, especially in football. I feel like in football, there is never, ever a dull moment. That being said, that's a clear indication that I'm going to do a segue. Undecided as to when I should do that. I was going to do it at the start of the show, but I think given that I'm a little bit pressed for time, and also, I don't think I'm going to be doing a live watch along with you guys tonight, unless you guys want me to. So I'm going to leave you guys to drop your your answers down in the comment section. Let me know if you want me to do a live watch along with you guys. That game there against Honduras kicks off in a little under 2 hours time. That is a very late kickoff for myself, based in the UK. This one actually kicks off at 2 a.m. The game against Nicaragua, which I didn't live stream, that one kicked off at 3 a.m. I'm not a stranger to late streams. I've done a bag of late streams with you guys before, but these days I'm exhausted. I'm tired, guys. And also, as I said, unless you guys tell me that you want me to stay, I'm really probably not going to stay. I'm not going to lie to you. Big up DG. I'm sure his name is no stranger. I have mentioned his name on my platform a number of times. And if you guys are not familiar with his content, I'm not really sure why that is. Maybe you live under a rock, but I'll allow you guys to answer that one for yourself. And his name, the irony, being called Deluded Guna, as I've said, guys, one of the most knowledgeable content creators there is, and he does belong to us. He firmly belongs to our community, with his Jamaican heritage and Bayesian heritage as well. Typically does a lot of content around Arsenal. Obviously, it's called Deleted Guna, but he does segue and talk about other teams as well. And do follow his channel. Do head over to his channel and subscribe. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Okay, check him out on match days or even when England's playing, and I'm pretty sure you'll learn a thing or two. I definitely know that I've learned a couple things here and there, especially when it comes to Arsenal, I don't watch live games no more. I just kind of position myself over onto his channel. So you can go ahead and do the same, just like myself. As I said, you will not regret it. Miss Rochelle Brown, big up yourself, Rochelle. I have left a question in the members channel. Do you go ahead and answer the question for me, Rochelle? Let me know. I asked a question inside the members channel, and yeah, so let me know on the answer to the question there. I'm not going to read the question. You want to know what the question is? You're going to have to go over to the members channel and find out. Kiwani, I keep butchering your name. I am so sorry. All right, let me try this again. Kiwani, I think that's your name, right? I asked you this before, and you're probably wondering, this girl's like Dory, like why is she so forgetful? I have an issue when it comes to pronouncing people's names. One of my pet peeves is that I don't like to butcher people's names. Like I find it to be so disrespectful, especially when it's people from our community. I don't like to butcher people's names. So if I do at some point mess your name up, then just correct me. I don't mind being checked, especially when it comes to pronouncing people's names. Okay, I will check it out. And you could also message me as well, Rochelle. You can send me a message on WhatsApp if you don't want to answer in the members channel, whatever floats your boat. So guys, we're gonna be keeping this one short and sweet because there isn't really much for me to talk about. I'm not going to waste your time. I'm gonna do a quick little preview into tonight's game. This one there on the screen does read for itself. It clearly says Jamaica versus Honduras. So we are playing at the office in the beautiful Kingston, Jamaica. If you guys are making your way to the stadium, I do hope that you make it there safe and unharmed. And more importantly, if you're making your way home, I do hope that you make it home safe and unharmed, because walking through your doors, as I always say, is an underrated blessing. So tonight, I am into my early Monday morning. Well, it's just gone past 12 a.m., but it is still a Monday evening for you guys there in Jamaica, and also stateside as well across the pond in Canada. But more so for you guys there in Jamaica, it does mean that it is Monday night football. What is the topic of discussion? Well, as it relates to tonight, let's go ahead and get that banner back up so you guys can see it for yourself there in the comment section. I'm going to be doing a quick little preview into tonight's game against Honduras. It is another Concacaf Nations League fixture. And you guys should be able to see this one on the screen in front of you clearly. If you can't read it, I will go ahead and read it for you. We are currently occupying the #1 position there. Top 2 goes through. So it is important that you can see that the top 2 has been highlighted. Top 2, when it comes to these games in the group stage, go on to the latter rounds. As things stand, 3 matches played inside the group there where we are concerned, and we are sitting on 7 points, and we are closely being followed by tonight's opponents, Honduras. They are also being pegged down. Breathing down their necks is our opponents from some nights ago. We played Nicaragua, and we defeated them 2 goals to the good. I was slightly off. I did predict Jamaica to beat Nicaragua 2-1, and that is just pretty much that's just me looking at the previous results between these two sides and assuming that Nicaragua would have come better, given that they were on a 5-game unbeaten run, but they shot themselves in the foot on their home soil. I will say this again, though, big up Nicaragua and their 12th man. They have a beautiful stadium. Again, I'm not envious, I'm not jealous, but I would love to see some of that in my lifetime. I would love to see the office, the National Stadium there in Kingston, Jamaica, sold out or near capacity when it comes to the Reggae Boys and the Reggae Girls featuring for their respective games. But I think it's safe to say that we're a long way away from that. Jamaica don't seem to be a football country. Definitely where athletics is concerned, that's a completely different ball game. But hopefully, as things progress, I think one way of persuading fans to pack the stadium or bring it to near capacity is to get applaudable results, give people a product that they can buy into. I think the Reggae Girls have most certainly done that already, given that they've successfully qualified and competed at back-to-back FIFA Women's World Cup. Hopefully the Reggae Boys can add to that, get the duck off their back. It's been almost nearing 3 decades since they've qualified for a FIFA Men's World Cup. Last time they did so, for a gentle reminder, was way back in 1998 in France. So hopefully this time around, as we stay right down the barrel at the FIFA Men's World Cup 2026, hopefully they can finally bring that curse to an end. So again, to reiterate, this is how we're looking there in our group. In the number 1 position, you have Jamaica, followed closely by Honduras, tonight's opponents. And in 3rd place, you have Nicaragua. They're closely followed by Cuba. Cuba are sitting on 3 points. Trinidad and Tobago, our friendly neighbors, Trinidad and Tobago. Big up the Trinis as well. I have some family in Trinidad. One of my favorite people in the world actually lives in Trinidad. My first cousin, a matter of fact. So big up the guys there in Trinidad. They are sat in the 5th position on 2 points. And in the 6th place, unfortunately, it is the French Guyana. They are sat on 1 point. So this is how we're looking there heading into tonight's game. I think I should probably keep that one on screen there for you guys. So I'm going to do a little bit of a comparison. And it's nothing to like show us up, because obviously you guys know who I support. If you can't tell, just look at the color scheme. You should be able to figure it out by now. One of the things, as I said, that really stood out to me with the Nicaragua game was the packed out stadium. I'm not expecting anything of that sort with tonight's game. There's a number of factors why. I've already alluded to a few. The fact that we're not a football nation. Hopefully, I do pray to God in my lifetime, we will start to see things change. Maybe my generation will be the ones to change it, or maybe the generation closely behind myself and my friends and so on. Maybe they'll be the one to bring forth those change. But saying that to say, again, obviously tonight is a Monday. It does mean Monday night football. I'm pretty sure us that support teams at club level, we are privy to Monday night football. We've been to stadiums on a Monday night and watch our teams compete. For those of you there, maybe in Jamaica, you probably go and watch the Jamaica Premier League on a Monday night or midnight fixture. Most certainly, when you're in Europe or England like myself, going out and watching football on a Monday night, if you are in a privileged position to do so, because going to football games these days, it costs an arm and a leg, so you really do have to have some sort of privilege to find yourself in the stands, be it on a Monday night, midweek, or on the weekend. But nevertheless, as I said, tonight's game being played on home soil Monday night, not expecting nowhere near a close to sold out capacity. I would love to be proven wrong. I think the guys there, where the Jamaica Football Federation are concerned, they've been doing an applaudable job in terms of the way that they've been promoting the game. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm sure it's quite similar to the last match in the sense that there is some sort of a build-up. I think I might go over to the Jamaica Football Federation Twitter. I'm sure there's going to be some sort of music being played. I can double check that one for you guys to kind of set the tone. And why not, music? We're from an island that is heavily influential when it comes to music. So why not exploit that? Other people from other countries exploit our uniqueness. So I think it's time for us to do the same. I'm going to go ahead and change the screen there for you guys so you can see what I was referring to as it relates to the music there and the build up to tonight's game. You should be able to see this one on the screen in front of you. If you can't read it, don't worry, I got you covered. It does say here, it's game day. Let's go, boys. Jamaica versus Honduras. Kickoff time is 8 p.m. Jamaica time. That is, if you're in the UK like myself, kickoff time is at 2 a.m. So it does say here, after work pre-game party. So there you go. If you're privy to be in Jamaica on a Monday evening, you can go ahead and shake a leg at the National Stadium. Why not? Let your hair down, enjoy the time whilst you can. And as it says there on the screen, a pre-game party tonight at the National Stadium. Party time starts at 5 p.m. I'm pretty sure it's gone past 5 p.m. It's probably after 6 o'clock now in Jamaica. Yes, a little 6:15 p.m. in Jamaica. And that one is up until 7:30 p.m. So you do have a little while left there until the closing of the pre-game showing there at the National Stadium. Again, kickoff is 8 p.m. And you have some decent lineup there. It does say Full House Rollout music by Bishop Escobar and ZJ Chrome. You must be familiar with ZJ Chrome and also Bishop Escobar. So you could go ahead and help the lads there set the tone for tonight's encounter. So let me seem to have the enemy of progress is working against me tonight there, guys. I do apologize. Let me go ahead and I don't know what just happened, but I just got booted out of my own studio. My apologies. Let's go ahead and bring up my info there as it relates to Jamaica. How am I going to do this now? Kind of threw me off guard. How do I do this? I think I need to start all over again, unfortunately. All right, so let's just go ahead and do a shared screen for you guys. Okay, let's go ahead and leave it right there. I don't know if you guys managed to listen to the pre-match press conference. That one was led by Damari Gray and also the gaffer, Steve McLaren. So yes, guys, I think I've already touched on the stadium and the fact that it's being marketed well by the guys at the Jamaica Football Federation, their marketing team, and also 876 stream pulling the strings there. So quite similar to the game against Nicaragua, another opportunity or several opportunity as it relates to the Reggae Boys there. It's an opportunity again for us to continue on that upward trajectory where our recent results are concerned. Be interesting to see if we can take it to 3 games unbeaten. And with wins, that does result in good habits. That's if the boys want to create those good habits. Winning is a habit, and that could only lead to success further down the line. I don't know what you guys make of Steve McLaren. I kind of feel like some people are still a little bit confused pertaining to McLaren and what his overall objectives are. I'm not really sure why people are confused, because I think it's quite obvious. He has been brought in, and the main objective is to help the boys qualify for the FIFA Men's World Cup of 2026. So with that being said, I don't think there is going to be much of a succession plan. In an ideal world, I would love to see everything that's being reinforced or things that will be implemented in the next couple of months to come, and also year as well. I would love to see much of that with a strong focus on a succession plan. But I think if you look at the makeup of the team as it is, I think it's quite obvious that there isn't a succession plan, and I don't see much of that changing. I think, as I've said, clearly the Jamaica Football Federation have brought him into the driving seat to help the boys qualify for the next up and coming World Cup. I felt like that needed to be said, because it seems like some people are still a little bit confused about what he's doing and so on. A couple of the key takeaways there from the press conference there, particularly, I guess I could start off with Damari Gray. Some encouraging words there from Damari Gray, and I would expect nothing better. I'm not expecting him to sit in the press conference and air out dirty laundry. That's not going to happen. That's if there's even any dirty laundry. I trust that there isn't this time round. But it was encouraging to hear him talk about, scratching the surface, talking about things like progress and developments. I think he was just speaking quite broadly as it relates to the team and where we're at as a collective, as a unit. Also interesting to hear the emphasis on positive change. I'm sure he mentioned the word positive change a number of times there in the pre-match conference, and also environment. I thought it was quite intriguing to hear the two being brought up and echoed by Damari Gray, because over the years we've grown so accustomed to hearing about the negativity and the toxicity where the Reggae Boys are concerned, and being a little bit fed up with hearing about it. So it was quite refreshing to hear someone of Damari Gray's importance and caliber echo the positivity there internally where the team is concerned, and long may it continue. I believe he also touched on the future, and from what he was saying, I gather that clearly it does seem like the future does look bright. He touched on the fact that Steve McLaren, this would have been his second international window, but he did paraphrase. He did say that the coach has adapted well to the environment, and he also echoed that it's a great environment. So that's all the things there that you do want to hear. As I said with the Nicaragua game, yes, we did beat them 2 goals to the good. I'm not going to get carried away. I'm not going to take nothing away from the guys or anything away from Steve McLaren, because they can only play what's in front of them. You can't expect them to jump over the hurdle and, brush aside Nicaragua and Honduras and go straight to playing against the likes of Canada, USA, and Mexico. That's probably who most of the fan base want to see them take on. But to face those guys, we have to deal with what's in front of us currently. So I'm not going to even touch on being too heavily critical of the performances and the fact that it's just lesser opponents, because they can only play what's in front of them. So I'm not going to touch on that too heavily. I think I've already touched on it on previous live streams, so I'm not going to sit here and echo much of that. Now, in terms of McLaren, he touched on quite a few things, and I'm hoping that he doesn't end up shooting himself in the foot. I do hope that much of what he's saying, he's a man of his words and he stands by his guns. I have been saying this from the very first press conference, that I'm a little bit disappointed that he hasn't been as bullish as when he was the England gaffer. And yes, that is somewhat 2 decades ago now, if memory serves me well. And for context, when he came into the fold as the England manager, again, stripped David Beckham of the captain's armband, pushed him to one side, shut out Sol Campbell, shut out David James as well. So, I wasn't expecting him to toy with certain foolishness that he's had to perhaps just deal with. Maybe he didn't really have time to, put his authority down, but it does seem like he's now doing that. And I'm going to be paraphrasing with some of the stuff that he said there from the press conference as it relates to, I believe, the selection of players, and it's really crazy, because for as long as I've been following the Jamaica football national team, both men and women, I still, for the love of God, cannot tell you what warrants a player to receive a call up, because I don't think there's anything there written in black and white in terms of standard and policy, which is a little bit of a shame. But in terms of McLaren there, he did touch on a few things, paraphrasing again, guys, not his exact words. You'd have to go back and watch the press conference to hear what he said. He touched on, staying fit, playing well for the club or for their respective clubs. And I thought to myself, that's quite intriguing. I think that probably comes within reason. And if that's the case, that's totally understandable. But when he said those two there in terms of staying fit and playing well for their respective clubs, straight away I was thinking, okay, so that means that is the end of free agents then. And I'm not going to sit here and call out players by their names, because I don't really think I need to do that. But clearly, I took that as it is the outline of a unofficial policy and standard as it relates to player call-ups. And I'm all for it, because I've told you guys already a number of times that I am not for free agents being called up to the team. I really and truly, I'm not concerned about who you are or what your status is. I don't think free agents should be called up, because it's a slippery slope. Once you do that, you open up the opportunity for people to accuse you of favoritism and dishonesty, lacking in integrity, corruption, the whole lot. So I think it suits all parties if you don't entertain or include free agents into the squad going forward. And it seems like that's something that McLaren might not entertain in the future, judging by what he has stated over the last 2 pre-match press conferences. Right. And but then again, even talking about playing well where the respective clubs is concerned, I think in fairness, I probably have to take that with a pinch of salt, because one of the standout players against Nicaragua, I've already stated it in my match review, was Bobby Reid. Now we know that Bobby Reid no longer plays for Fulham. He's now a player for the Foxes being Leicester City. But since his summer move there to the Foxes, he has been receiving a limited number of game time. And remember, the gaffer there, Steve McLaren, stated, outlining playing well for a club. So, but that being said, for a player like Bobby Reid, had you not known about the game time or lack thereof as it relates to Bobby Reid at club level, you would have thought that he's playing week in, week out with Leicester City, because I think I can't speak for everyone, but most certainly for myself, for me, he was one of these standout players against Nicaragua. That man was running for 90 plus minutes straight. He was all over the pitch. First half, second half, he did his job. And he played well. He played well, as did a lot of the other players there. So I think someone like Bobby Reid, he definitely. I'm not going to say he's an exemption to the rule. I don't think no player is an exemption to the rule. But I think, given what McLaren stated in his press conference yesterday, I don't think anyone can use that and bash Bobby Reid, because he's shown that, earned his stripes, deserve to be in the squad, and he's holding his own. So fair play to him. Whether or not that will then change for the next window, that will be quite telling. That I think for me, that's something that I will most certainly be keeping my eyes peeled for. I don't know if that means that if you're playing a low number of minutes, you won't receive a call up. And another player that just sprung to mind is Jonathan Russell, playing for Barnsley. If I'm not mistaken, the gaffer there did touch on the fact that Jonathan Russell didn't receive a call up, again alluding to limited number of minutes played for his club. So it will be quite intriguing. This is what I'm saying. When you make certain decisions as a manager, you just pretty much have to stand by it, because people will be willing and searching and looking to put your head on the chopping board. And I think some people probably already compared the two. Okay, but you've called up Bobby. But like I said, I am not defending Bobby Reid. Obviously, Bobby Reid has received a considerably low number of minutes since being signed to Leicester City, as is Jonathan Russell. Kind of similar in terms of minutes accumulated for their respective clubs. But I think that is something there that I will most certainly be keeping an eye on. Another thing there, let me stick a pin in it. CC Sports, don't worry about that. That is okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Yeah, continuing what I was saying there, as it relates to the press match conference, the pre-match conference there for the Reggae Boyz, and looking at some of the stuff that was stated by Damari Gray and also Steve McLaren as well. He also touched on number of times, countless times he touched on the fact that we, again, paraphrasing, we are miles away. Now, I think that one there is open to interpretation. I think for me, what I got from that is, and I can't speak for McLaren, I think what he probably meant by that is that we are probably miles away from maximizing our potential as a team, as a collective, as individuals, and so on. But again, I think that one there is wide open to interpretation. The only way that you could know what he meant is by asking him to elaborate. I'm not in that privy position to ask him to elaborate on what he meant, but I am most certain that he touched on the fact that we are miles away on a few occasions there in the pre-match conference. And I think if we're being fair and honest with ourselves, it's completely understandable given the circumstances, given the situation, given the fact that he is still new into his job. This is only the second international break there where the gaffer is concerned. So of course, it's not rocket science. Of course, he's going to be miles away from whatever aims and objectives he's trying to implement and overall achieve. I know the big goal there is to take us to the FIFA Men's World Cup in 2026. And of course, if you're looking at that, common sense does tell you that we are indeed miles away from doing that. That is, I believe, his ultimate goal. But, when he spoke, when he alluded to the fact that we are miles away, again, on several occasions, I took that as encouraging words, encouraging thoughts coming from the manager, because again, much of what he said is open to interpretation, but for me, that does state that he's also not happy, that he wants to improve. Naturally, if you're not happy, and I'm just saying this is my interpretation, I can't speak for him, but I'm saying based on what he's stated, it would suggest, or it would potentially lead one to believe that he is not happy. Naturally, if you're not happy about something as a manager, the natural reaction is to search for improvements. And as I said, I know that some people probably not best pleased, because we are a difficult fan base to please, unfortunately. Some people are not best pleased with what they've seen so far. And, to each their own. Football is a game of opinions. I will echo, we can only play the teams that is in front of us. We cannot jump ship and go and play the big guns, like, biggest rivals, goes without saying, the likes of Mexico and the United States, and also Canada as well. We just have to sit tight, get our job done, deal with, I don't want to say the small fries. Big up Nicaragua, big up Honduras, massive amount of respect to you guys, but we have to deal with the lesser teams now before we can deal with the bigger opponents in the future. One thing I will say, and again, this is just my way of looking at things, I do believe in terms of doing the basics, I think we're finally, and I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I do think that we're now getting rid of those little schoolboy errors. At times they felt like an eyesore to watch. Jamaica over the years, when the men's team's concerned, they've been an eyesore, and I don't know why. I don't know. I can't say why. I don't know how I managed to do so many late live streams on the Reggae Boys, because more times they sent me either on my way to work feeling absolutely livid, because it just felt like I just wasted my time. You didn't give me the points that I wanted. But nowadays, over the last couple of matches, in particularly this window and the September window, I think we can see some vague improvements there, and I can only give the lads and the backroom staff and the head coach credit, give credit where credit is deserved. In terms of a few of the thumbs up there for me is our organizational style of play. I think we look more organized. I think the shape has definitely improved. And I guess for us now, it's about growing those habits, building on those habits, building on those initial building blocks, and see where we go. But I do think that we're looking good. I do like what he said with regards to where we're at now in the Concacaf Nations League, and more importantly, with this game here against Honduras. He did say, again, paraphrasing, finish the job, and finish the job simply means for us to top the group, and for us to top the group, clearly it means we're going to be chasing down 3 points against Honduras. Now, for me, this should be another I'm not going to say the clash of the titans, because I think that's me overselling it, but I do think it will be another pleasing watch, or at least that's what I'm expecting. I do expect, given the competition between the both sides there over the years, I'm expecting at times it might feel like a difficult game. Again, this is just based on the history of these two. When these guys have clashed in the last, let's call it a decade or close to a decade, it's been a little bit difficult at times, but no doubt the physicality and the quality have been on display. Most certainly it has been quite threatening. I think they have some threat of their own where Honduras is concerned. But I am feeling I say cautiously optimistic, because I've suffered many disappointments following our men's team, just like yourself. So I think I'm approaching this one cautiously. I'm cautiously optimistic. But one positive there to etch in the back of our mind is that in terms of the pre-game work and analysis, it should be fresh in the players' minds, given that we've played against them not too long ago. So in terms of those pre-game match analysis, the homework has already been done. It's about us going back and looking at what we did, how we beat them, and wanting to go out there and beat them once more. So over the years, again, if we're looking at, in about 2 days' time, it would have been 10 years on the dot. In terms of the result working in our favor, to avoid any conclusion. So with Monday's game, tonight's game will mark the 30th encounter there between Jamaica and Honduras. And for context, that is 12 wins apiece with the previous matchups, while the other 5 meetings there ended in draws. So where Jamaica is concerned, more positive news there. Jamaica coming into this game, fortunately for ourselves, we are unbeaten in 7 matches. And this one, as I said, dates back to 2013. So again, about roughly 2 days away, or as I'm already in Tuesday, I'm not going to use today's dates. I'm going to stick to you guys in Jamaica and across the pond. 2 days shy of a decade on the dot. So there's plenty of positives there for us to toy with. Do what you will with the information that I've shared with you guys in regards to the pre-match thoughts from myself and looking at how I'm expecting the game to be played out. I am expecting a win. This tends to be a narrow game, as I said before, a close encounter. I don't know. The difference between the two in terms of the winning side, it's always been like a again with the last decade in mind. It's been 1 goal separating the two, but for some reason I'm feeling I got the last prediction wrong. I said 2-1 Jamaica over Nicaragua. I think I'm going to go with 3-1 Jamaica tonight. Would be lovely if Blakey and the lads at the back could keep a clean sheet. But given the habits between these two sides, given the fact that it does tend to be a physical affair between the both of us, I think I am more swaying towards a 3-1 Jamaica. But let me know how you guys are feeling there in the comment section. Again, my channel members, I've asked a question over in the channel, in the members channel. So do let me know what you guys think, and I will go ahead and provide the I will do what I need to do, basically, right? So as with last night was a wonderful conversation. Definitely enjoyed it. Here's what I'm going to do before I close off on my preview. I'm going to go ahead and stick the link to tonight's show. Again, guys, please do respect my rules. I don't really have much rules. I'm not strict. All I ask is to just be respectful, respect my values of my platform and the values of me as well. And also be respectful to the guys in the comment section. Greetings to you guys there in the comment section. I've highlighted your comments. I didn't mention any names only because I was speaking, so I do apologize, Mr. Yee. I hope that you are well. People are calling for Isaac Hayden. How much? Listen, CC is coming like you want to get me in a trouble in a CC. CC Sports Lab. Looks like you want to get me in trouble. To be honest with you, I've not focused on Isaac Hayden, and I think it's pretty much obvious why. I've kind of like segued away from him. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if we're ever going to see him in a Reggae Boyz jersey, perhaps. But I don't know. I have not been keeping an eye on Isaac Hayden. I'm not going to sit here and lie and pretend that I have. I grew with exhaustion. You know, I was very exhausted when it comes to a number of these Reggae Boyz. And at one point, Isaac Hayden was part of that exhaustion, right? So that's why I kind of paused and I wasn't following his developments and following how he's playing at club level. You asked me which league he's playing in, and I honestly, I can't even tell you. I'd have to go and check which club he's playing for, which league he's playing in, and how many minutes he's accumulated, and so on. But I think, you know, I think you know the answer to that one already as it relates to Isaac Hayden. I don't think I need to answer that one for you. Nitro. No, I do not. Let me go ahead and type that name in. See, I think I came across his a post on this young lad the other day. I'm pretty sure I came across some scouts that he was I think it was the secret scout did something about him being invited to play for Jamaica, something of that ilk. I think that was the first time that I actually came across his name. Good night, DJ Johnson. The J Johnson. I think it's the J. I butchered your name. I'm so sorry, the J. Johnston. I'm so sorry. Float management, big up yourself. Honduras is a much improved team. This will be a this will be difficult given our weak midfield. Yeah, that's the reason why I'm saying I'm approaching this one cautiously optimistic. The previous coach was he had no football knowledge. That's why we couldn't see. I think you're being a little bit unfair to him. I do think. I mean, come on, come on. Look at what Jaime Halgrimsson did with taking Iceland to a World Cup. It's unfair to say that he doesn't have any football knowledge. You can say you don't like him. You can say he's not your cup of tea. You can say you don't rate him, but you can't say that he doesn't have any football knowledge. That is not true, my friend. Pick up yourself, though. Jordan Hyman, LFC, pick up yourself, Jordan. Jordan is saying 2-0 Jamaica. Jordan's not getting carried away like me with a 3-1 Jamaica. I don't blame you, Jordan. You might be right. I feel like you're more right. You're more accurate than myself. Conrad, pick up yourself, Conrad. I hope you're well. I'm coming home on for 5 minutes. I'm doing a watch along for the game. Okay, I've never had you on my channel before, but yeah, you're more than welcome to. So that means you have a yeah, come ahead and tell me a little bit about yourself. You heard him there, guys. He's going to be doing a watch along for the game. What is your projected lineup? Lee Young, you're putting me on the fire there. How about this? We're going to be getting the actual lineup in less than 20 minutes time. I could stay and give you guys the lineup because I don't think I'm actually going to be doing a live watch along with you guys. I'm not going to lie to you. Who knows? Maybe you might have to head over to Jordan Hyman, LFC to watch that game. And see for yourself. I do not know. I'm just waiting for Jordan to sort out in the background. Another Liverpool fan, guys. I can't seem to shake them off. What's going on? Mr. Jordan, how are you, sir?
I'm good, I'm good. This is the first time coming on here, so yeah.
Big up yourself. Thank you for coming on. It's a pleasure having you with me. What's going on? How you feeling?
Yes, I'm looking forward to the game tonight, indeed against Honduras. So yeah.
How you feeling? What's your score prediction?
As I put it in the comment section, I'm going for a 2-0 win.
2-0.
So
Yes, 2-0. Yeah, goal scorers.
I think it's gonna be Reed and I saw Campbell scored on Friday, so I think he's gonna score again tomorrow.
All right, all right, all right. How you feeling about what you've seen so far from the new gaffer there, Steve McLaren? I think he's a little bit like Marmite. So people either like him or they don't like him. But what do you make of what he's done so far in such a quick space of time?
Well, he done very well. Despite yes, and despite though with Liam Bailey and Mikel Antonio a lot, but yeah, he's good. Looking to see what he will do on home soil later on this evening.
I'm surprised you're not going to the game because you're in Jamaica, right?
Yes, yes, indeed. I'm in Jamaica, so yeah.
Whereabouts? You don't have to give me your exact location. I don't want no one hunting you down, but just the
Yes.
parish is good enough for me.
From Manchester.
Manchester, okay, big up the people in Manchester. I think you might be my only subscriber from Manchester. I don't think I have anyone else from Manchester, but if I do, don't shoot me, guys. Big up the guys there from Manchester and all the other parishes, especially the best parish in Jamaica, St. Thomas. Yes, that's what I said. Big up the people there in St. Thomas. So you said that you're going to be doing a live watch along later on. So if you don't mind, please tell me a little bit about your platform. When did you get started and what do you cover?
Well, I am on the road to 1.6K subscribers right now, so I
Wicked.
do Liverpool contents as well, the Champions League, I do Nations League, UEFA Nations League, and I start the Concacaf Nations League on Friday gone. So yes, indeed. So yeah, I'm building up, growing the channel, so it's growing fantastic.
What made you create your channel? What was your reason for starting your channel?
It's recently it's when it's Ryan introduced me to the channel that supports Man City. It seemed motivate me to do the channel. He was doing a FIFA streaming, and he told me
Oh,
to
so is
just
that
do
Ryan?
not Ryan. Ryan knows him.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
Dominic Rich, and
Okay.
he supports Man City, but him and Ryan always have banters. But yeah, it seemed let me do it and did it. So
Okay. Okay, okay. Well, it seems like you've got a good teacher there. I'm sure, if he's introduced you to the space, I'm sure he'll help you to spread your wings and help you to grow your channel. So you seem like you're off to a wonderful start. You've already surpassed 1K subscribers. So I wish you all the best with the growth of your platform and whatever you set out to achieve. I hope you're able to achieve double that.
yeah.
And what I'm going to do, I need you to like send me a link to your channel so I can pop it in the comment section so the guys can go over and subscribe to your channel as well. Please do subscribe to his channel, guys, because he's one of us, one of our own. You heard that he's from Manchester. That's Manchester, Jamaica, not Manchester in the UK. So yes, do show him some love. Do go ahead and subscribe to his channel. Big up Hanover as well. Big up yourself, Keisha. Big up the guys there from Hanover. Brown Man Security Sound says Clarendon is the best parish. Hey, look, I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to fight you on that. Big up the guys there from Clarendon. Keisha says, any channel that's broadcasting the game tonight. I think it's probably the usual suspects. I think the usual suspects will be I think I'm undecided. I don't know if I can do a live watch along. I don't know if I should do a live watch along. I pretty much still feel a little bit undecided. Um we have Keisha here, Jordan. She's asking what's the name of your channel?
My channel name is Jordan Hyman LFC. Um, yeah, that's my channel name, Jordan Hyman LFC.
Oh, okay, so it's this name on screen, right?
Yes,
Jordan Hyman LFC.
yes.
Okay, well you might get hopefully a few subscribers. How did you come about my platform? I'm always intrigued to know like how people came about my channel.
I was going through. I normally watch Ryan, but the reason is because I saw it pops up on my YouTube, and saw your channel name come up. Talawa,
Okay,
so
as a recommendation. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'll take that. So you guys heard Jordan there. He will be doing a live watch along. So if you have any spare time and you're searching for a live watch along, you can always check out his channel. Jordan, I don't know if you have any extra bits that you want to share with us. I'm wary of your time. I don't want to take up too much of your time, given that the team sheet should be announced in the next 10 minutes.
mm-hmm. So yes guys, if you want to watch or watch the about come up guys, come over. I'll be doing watch along for the game. So I'll keep
There
you
you go.
guys go with that. So if you guys looking for a watch along, come over to me, and it's not only me doing watch along guys. You can check Ryan as well. So both of us are live as well. So yeah, Ryan start before me, but I'm gonna start after I leave right here. So yeah, I'm live
See,
guys for the watch along, for the Jamaica watch
there you
along
go.
guys.
There you. So I wish you all the best with your watch along, Jordan. I hope it goes well for you. Okay.
Yes,
All right. And thank you for stopping by the channel and coming on as well. I really appreciate it.
yes, you're welcome.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
All right.
So there you go, guys. That's the first time Jordan's popped up on my channel. I'm always a little bit scared when someone new is coming onto the channel. I'm always like holding my breath, like, oh my God, please don't tell me they're going to do something crazy. But obviously, you saw there that he was okay, didn't do anything crazy. So definitely welcome back onto the channel. You guys there in the comment section are welcome onto the channel as well at any points. If I don't drop the channel name, if I don't drop the link to the live stream in the comment section, all you got to do is ask and I'll go ahead and share it with you. Leroy Anderson says Bobby Reed looked like he has a slight limp pre-game walk on the field. So you can see, where are you, Leroy? Are you in Jamaica? DC, anyone in the USA, there is a streaming channel that is a division of CBS Sports called, oh, is it? I did not know that. I never knew that. I did not know that the two of them were like just like a under one umbrella. They are live streaming. Oh wow, they're doing it for free. So there you go, guys. If you're stateside, you could go ahead and follow the instructions on the stream. Keisha says, Jordan, thank you, Jordan. I understood you, Leroy. Definitely understood you. Come on, the other YouTuber stream. There's also something else that I wanted to talk to you guys about because it is something that was definitely bothering me, and I do want to talk about it before I forget. So let me go ahead and check something to see if I could bring anything up on a shared screen. I don't think I can. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually really enjoying speaking with you guys. You guys have no idea how much you mean to me. That is the reason why I created the members channel as well, because at times, you know, I don't necessarily want to do live streams like this out in the open. I do want to speak with you guys, but more so in like a as private space as possible. You guys are definitely helping me a lot with regards to lifting my mood. So these live stream there with you guys popping on and dropping your comments in the comment section. Big up you guys each and every time because you're helping me to feel better. Let's just put it that way without going into any deep details. All right, so there's something else that I want to speak with you guys about, and I'm going to be segueing very briefly. Still haven't decided if I'm going to speak with you guys about do a live watch along with you guys. I'll leave you guys to decide that in the comment section. Now, my next topic that I want to talk with you guys about, I'm pretty sure that you would have seen this one already, right? And it is in regards to the Super Falcons and AFCON. And I'm sure you guys, you know, follow football a bit like myself. So if you follow football religiously, so if I say the Super Falcons, I'm sure you guys know that I'm speaking about Nigeria, and that is the Nigeria men's senior national team. Now, there is something that went on, and I'm going to be sharing that with you guys there with regards to a recent report where Nigeria is concerned. And I wanted to talk to you guys about it because it really rubbed me up the wrong way. I'm feeling absolutely livid for them. And we're going to be looking at that quite briefly. Let me just do something from my end. Let's just see something. One moment there, guys. Weird. Okay there, guys. Jordan says, thanks for having me. It was my absolute pleasure. So let's just go dive right into some information there that I came across as it relates to Nigeria, right? And let's just go ahead and change my headline very briefly. Right. So how do we do this now? A little bit of a brain freeze for me. And, you know, I wanted to have this conversation because we touched on clubs potentially using persuasive techniques as it relates to preventing their assets from going off on international breaks. You know, when we're looking at the hefty fixture congestion there where the clubs are concerned. and international teams. And I did say to you guys on last night's live stream that given this talk about potential strike from players like Rodri, given the fact that some high profile captains have pulled out from their respective for their respective countries, I do think that this is now the new norm. And I think, as I said on last night's live stream, countries within the Concacaf nation, namely the Caribbean and also Africa, will take a massive hit. Now, I think given what happened to Nigeria, I do think that this could potentially put the wheels in motion for clubs to start chiming out that persuasive techniques. I don't think it will work, because I do think a lot of those African players, they're playing for their respective nations, carry themselves with a great deal of pride, and they love their countries, and they love playing AFCON. So, but enough of that. Let's just dive right into it, just in case you guys aren't aware of what happened. Right. So you should be able to see this one on screen. Let me go ahead and click the headline there for you guys. Right. So it says here, this one is taken from the reputable Guardian newspaper. Let's just go ahead and remove the banner there for you guys so I can get to reading, and you guys could also maybe even read along with me. It says Nigeria pull out of AFCON qualifier of the squad stranded in Libya. And this is a video. For copyright purposes, I will not play the video, but I might try to see if I can share some photos with you guys. Okay. It says here, Nigeria have pulled out of their Africa Cup of Nations qualifier in Libya after being diverted and abandoned for hours in an airport far from the match venue. The Super Eagles were due to play the host Libya in the city of Benghazi, where they hope to seal a qualification berth for the finals in Morocco next year. But after being stranded for more than 16 hours at an airport 250 kilometers, that is 155 miles away from their intended destination, the Nigeria players said they would not fulfill the fixture. The Libyan Football Federation said the incident was not deliberate and urged Nigeria to be understanding. So it does say here, mind games. I will allow you guys to make your own mind up. I've already made my own mind up where I stand with this. Headline here, again, taken from The Guardian. It says, Mind Games, Nigeria pull out of AFCON qualifier with squad stranded in Libya. Again, paraphrase, echoing what I've already stated. The key main takeaways here is team protesting after 16 hours diversion from Benghazi. Libyan Football Federation insists it was not deliberate. I'll read to you guys the main bit of that article there, only because I think it's good to know what's going on in the other parts of the world. And they are our African brothers, so what they're going through definitely deserve to be discussed within our own unique space. And it does read as follows. Nigeria have pulled out of their Africa Cup of Nations qualifier in Libya and were heading home on Monday. Their captain, William Truce Ekong, said in protest at being diverted and abandoned for hours in an airport far from the match venue. The Super Eagles were due to play the host Libya in the city of Benghazi, where they hope to seal a qualification berth to the finals in Morocco next year. But after being stranded for more than 16 hours at an airport 250 kilometers, 155 miles away from their intended destination, the Nigerian players said they will not fulfill the fixture. A couple of the quotes there from the captain does read as follows. He said, as the captain, together with the team, we have decided that we will not play this game, Truce Ekong said on X. Apparently, our plane is being fueled as we speak, and we should be leaving to Nigeria shortly. I've experienced stuff before playing away in Africa, but this is disgraceful behavior. Even the Tunisian pilot who thankfully managed to navigate the last minute change to an airport not fit for our plane to land had never seen something like this before. The Nigerian Football Federation said that as the team's chartered flight was descended to Benghazi, it was diverted to Abrak International Airport with an alternative transport offered. The Confederation of Africa Football, that is CAF, said in a statement that it is in contact with the authorities in both nations with appropriate action to be taken against anyone who violated its rules. And the article does finish there with some further details. It does say the Libyan Football Federation said the incident was not deliberate and urged Nigeria to be understanding. Some quotes there. It says, "We have the utmost respect for our Nigerian counterparts and want to reassure them that the diversion of their flight was not intentional," adding that disruptions can occur from routine air traffic protocols, security checks, or logical challenges. We firmly reject any claims that suggest foul play or sabotage in this situation. We hope that this misunderstanding can be resolved with understanding and goodwill. Nigerian striker Victor Boniface complained he had been stuck at the airport for almost 13 hours with no food, Wi-Fi, or place to sleep. He said, "Africa, we can do better." It is unclear what will happen to the points from the game, with the matter likely to be referred to CAF disciplinary board. Nigeria beat Libya 1-0 in the reverse fixture in Ua on Friday thanks to a late goal from Fikayo Deli Bashiru, taking them to 7 points from 3 games in their group. Benin have 6 points, Rwanda 2, Libya 1. The top 2 teams in each group advance to the 24 teams finals. I will wrap that one up by also looking at their captain and seeing what else was said before I segue back to the Reggae Boys. So do bear with me whilst I just wrap this one up there where Nigeria is concerned. Let me scroll along. And it does say here, finally, they are, by the way, for context, couple pictures there, that's of the captain sleeping at the airport. They are thankfully, by the grace of God, back in Nigeria. And it does say here, "My last words about this, and I look forward to continue our journey to the AFCON 2025 next month in November on the right way. Our goal of doing the best for Nigeria football won't ever change. Now time to chop, swallow, and rest." Clearly there he's taking in some Nigerian food, and why not? He is Nigerian and he is at home back in Nigeria safely. So I wanted to share that one there with you guys because let me go ahead once more and change my screen. I'm gonna go over to the Jamaica Football Federation in a short while. Unfortunately, I can't see the team. The team should be coming out any minute now. I can't see it on X or Twitter, whatever you guys like to call it. So I'm going to just stay there for the time being. We can look at this on screen. Now, as it relates to Nigeria, when I saw that, I just thought to myself, irrespective of the response there from the Libyan Football Federation, I just think, you don't have to be Nigerian to agree that for what it's worth, for what the team went through, it does come across as being quite petty and spiteful. I think this goes against mind games. That's not how mind games work. For me, it is cold, it is wicked, and it does come across as personal, and it also does go against sportsmanship. It goes against sportsmanship and what sportsmanship stands for. Again, for context, though the article did say 16 hours in total in terms of when the Super Falcons landed in Nigeria, that would have been some ordeal that lasted some 20 plus hours. So that's almost a whole day. And I think, this situation, unfortunately, it goes without saying that it reflects very poorly on Africa and on AFCON. The Western world, you guys don't need me to tell you, but the Western world already looked down on competitions like AFCON. We've seen in years where they've, especially clubs in the Premier League, have persuaded their players not to go to AFCON, or they speak out quite negatively when it comes to speaking in their press conference where AFCON is concerned. concerned. And I think, as I said before, more clubs will try to persuade their players not to go to AFCON and link up with their respective players. I think that could potentially only work on players who aren't already playing for AFCON nations. I don't think it's not going to work for someone like your Victor Osimhen, because he's Nigerian through and through and he loves Nigeria. So that's not going to work with him. He can't be persuaded not to show up. So I think in terms of that, using that persuasive techniques, I think for the majority, it won't be successful, because I think for these African players, Africa do come first. But definitely, for what it's worth, as an outsider looking on, it seems as if one is cutting off their nose to spite their faces, and it's not a good look. It looks poor where Africa and AFCON is concerned. I'd like to say that I hope that this doesn't happen again, but it's probably wishful hope. But I do pray and hope that we don't see anything of this ilk or anything near it happening. The mind games, I think, should only happen on the field of play. All the politics should never, ever, ever spill over to where it looks extremely personal and pressing. And I think, summarizing everything that I've said, I think, we've seen for a player like Eddie Nketiah just how difficult it is for Ghana to turn his head. He pretty much turned down a call up to the FIFA Men's World Cup in 2022. So if he's going to say no to a World Cup call up, it's quite clear and obvious that he doesn't have any sincere interest in wanting to play for the Black Stars. Now, I think situation like these, it's already difficult to recruit overseas players or players of African heritage. I think this, unfortunately, moments like these will hinder the hopes of potential recruitments. I'd like to be wrong, but I do think that it will. All right, so back to Jamaica. Let's go ahead and see. Okay, 2 seconds ago, right on cue, guys. Right on cue. I'm kind of proud of myself. Right on cue. I guess I'll go ahead and give you guys the starting 11, right? You got Holgate there done in the back of the graphics, or the front of the graphic, I should say. Between the sticks, you have Andre Blake. Mason Holgate starts for his first competitive start, their first official start for Jamaica. So he's about to, unless he gets pulled at some point during the game. This is his nevertheless, this is his you're looking at, as things stand, his full debut there for Jamaica. So continuing what I've said, between the sticks, we have our captain Andre Blake, followed by Mason Holgate, Latibade, Pinnock, Lambakisa, Lee, Palmer, McGee, Campbell, Gray, and Antonio. Let me know what you guys make of the starting 11 there. I think it's what we were expected, right? I think this is definitely what we were anticipating. On the bench, we have Waite, Bell, Reed, Anderson, King, Dixon, Gray, Williams, Davis, Cephas, Anglin, and Lambert. Let me know what you guys make there of the starting 11 and also the lads on the bench. As I've said, I'm not expecting to give you guys a live watch along. So I will be loving and leaving you soon, unfortunately. 13 to 16 plus hours stuck without, yep, sustenance of poor and proper accommodation. How are the players supposed to perform? Well, I think that's probably the reason why. I think that was it. I think you probably struck something that I didn't even think of there, DC. I think that was it. I think that is the mind games, to put them in such a poor state mentally and physically that they don't play. It's almost like a movie, a poorly written script. Like, come on, like you're taking liberties. Like you're taking it a step too far. If you want to know about mind games, call up Marino. Marino will teach you all about mind games. This is not mind games. This is wickedness. This is cruelty. I don't know the temperature in Libya, but they probably even turn up the aircon, because a couple of the lads, they were there it looks like they were trying to keep warm. So they might have, this is not facts, but they might have even turned up the aircon. You never know. So it says, what type of understanding is Libya expecting from Nigeria? Though I don't understand what they're expecting. I do not understand what they're expecting. To be honest with you, I think only they themselves can answer that if they want to answer it truthfully. But McGee starting, that's good. I hope he ball out. So that is how we are looking. Kickoff is less than an hour. Let me know what you guys want me to do, guys, with regards to this live watch along. I might just close off just before the game kicks off. Game's kicking off in less than an hour, and you have your starting 11 right there in front of you. I think I might have. Let's see something. Let's see. Just going to read one of my comments, guys. Okay, Rochelle. I will be in touch with you. I did ask a question there to my channel members, guys. So Rochelle, if you're listening, I just saw your comments. I will let me actually respond to you so you can see that I have all right, so I'll be in touch with you, Rochelle, and see where we go from there. And someone asked me about the Reggae Girls and the team announcement, the squad announcement as it relates to the pending match there against France. That game will be played on the 25th of October. Did some little digging around. Let me actually read because I don't want to make things up. I did some digging around, and here's what I was told, reliably told. Basically, the team manager is away now, but my source there will speak to the coach tomorrow. So depending on what the coach says, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that we'll get something before the week concludes with regards to us looking at the squad list there. Okay. I need a MOD to drop my channel link. What does MOD stand for? Am I getting old or what, guys? Is he asking, does he need permission? What does MOD stand for, guys? Let's see if we can find Jordan's channel. I think I found this channel, guys. So I'll drop the link in the comment section for him. Okay. I think I found this channel. I don't know what MOD means. I think I'm telling on myself. So there is Jordan's channel. You guys can go ahead and subscribe to it. So I think I've managed to wrap everything up. I think I've managed to wrap everything up, guys. I'm just looking to see what else. Did I miss anything? I don't think I've missed out on anything, so I think I could close off on tonight's stream. Think I could close off, guys, unless you guys have something else that you guys want to share with me, or if you guys want me to discuss a topic which I haven't already discussed, then do let me know. I'll spend a couple while longer with you guys, given that as things stand, I think I've made my mind up that I won't do a live watch along. Kind of feel like I'm enjoying not putting myself through that pain. I think when it comes to the Reggae Girls, by default, I just have to bear the pain and give you guys those late watch alongs. But I think tonight I can afford to not give you guys a watch along. And also, Deluded Guna, thank you so much. I saw that you shared a link to my channel. Big up yourself. Thank you so much for showing some love. God bless you each and every time. So guys, you guys are quiet there in the comment section, so I'm guessing that's my cue to go. No, I think that might be my cue to go, guys. Let's see. Let me go over to see if I can find something else. The lineup. So the lineup, Google isn't showing the lineups yet. I was going to look at the formation, but Google isn't showing the formation. What else can I share with you guys? I'm looking for something to share with you guys. Just bear with me. Uh, In the meantime, you guys could go ahead and drop your predictions. I know Jordan said 2-0. You guys can go ahead and drop your predictions for me, please. Nations League. What am I thinking of? Nations League. I cannot even think straight. That is crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. I can't think straight. Does anyone think we're gonna top the group? How you guys feeling about the prospect of us topping the group? Let me know what you guys think of the prospect of us topping the group. Actually, let's go ahead and look at that. Yeah, Concacaf Nations League. Concacaf Nations League. Let's look at something here. Ah, ah, ah. Okay, I guess I can share that with you guys then. I know there was something, but my mind was just, all right, let's just go ahead and take a quick little pause. I might come back to this on the screen there with you guys. So CONCACAF Nations League group at the moment, right? So where's our game? It's right there, Honduras. Got a couple games in the other matches there. Haiti and Aruba, that's one all, 17 minutes played. Seems like a lively encounter, that one. So we got the quarterfinals. Quarterfinals are scheduled for next month. So plenty of football. Haven't come to the ending of the football. So to gloss over all of that, as things stand, when you look at the group stage, so group stage obviously played in the September and October window. And as I said earlier on in the live stream, the first and second place finishers of each group advance to the quarterfinals, and in doing so, they will join the top rank League A teams. So that be it Mexico, the United States, Panama, and Canada. So this is how things are looking as things stand. If I scroll down, you can see this is how things are looking. You're looking at the quarterfinals, leg 1 of 2, right? So we'll fill in the blanks in due course, but there is still more football to come before we close off on the year. Also, more football to come where the Reggae Girls are concerned. And the quarterfinals there, for some context, will be played in November 2024 in a home and away format, with the aggregate score winner in each matchup advancing to the 2025 CONCACAF Nations League finals. Okay? You guys have about 40 minutes until kickoff where our match is concerned. Big up yourself. I hope you're well. Hope you guys there in the comment section are all in good health. So that is how we're looking. I might be able to backtrack and look at the starting 11. I've already read out the starting 11 for you guys. I guess I could go ahead and do it again for you. Andre Blake between the sticks. You have a first start there for Mason Holgate. He already made his debut, but it was not a full debut. Came on as a substitute there in the second stages of our 2-0 win over Nicaragua. And to complete that lineup, we also have Latibode, Pinnock, Lambakisa, Lee, Palmer, McGee, Campbell, Gray, and Antonio. And our bench consists of Waite, Bell, Reed, Anderson, King, Dixon, Gray, Williams, Davis, Cephas, Anglin, and also Lambert. So, guys, I think that is that. I don't know what you guys are planning on doing for the rest of your evening, but I think my night has come to an end. I'll give myself about 2 more minutes until I close off. But before I forget my manners, thank you to those of you who have rocked with me for the best part of almost 1 hour and 20 minutes. You guys and your support does not go unnoticed. Thank you each and every time for your love and support. Buddy Shaw, Toby Goals. I spoke about that on last night's show. For context there, he's talking about Bunny Shaw's race and a player of the match performance for Manchester City and Bunny Shaw. And she pretty much won the game for Manchester City against Liverpool. They were pegged back, Manchester City, against Liverpool. But Bunny Shaw found the equalizer. And also late inside that game there, literally in added time, she secured the all-important 3 points for Manchester City. So that's what he means. 2 big goals from Khadija Banishaw. Yes, I've not given you guys a roundup. I don't like to mix the two. So when I'm talking about international football, be it the Reggae Girls or the Reggae Boys, I don't like to combine the two. So that is the reason why I've not done a roundup. But given that tonight is the final game there for this month's window, where the international break on the men's side of things are concerned, I can now segue and look at some Reggae Girls action there for their respective clubs. Of course, next week, the 25th of October, they'll be taking on. Is it next week? Let me double check that. They will be taking on, it must be next week. Yes, of course. They will be taking on France. That is the 25th of October. That game there is scheduled for a Friday, and we can brace ourselves for the squad announcements. Okay. You are so welcome. I think we both appreciate each other because you guys are helping me with my well-being so much. Every time I come in here, you guys help me to feel good, and I end up feeling happy. So I am glad that the grafting that gets done before the build up to these streams are worth it. And I'm glad that you guys have all said the same, that it's informative. It's so funny that my intention was never to be informative, but I think I developed those habits when I was at uni and studying. And one of the things I learned, as I've said to you guys before, is when you're speaking to an audience, never assume that the person that you're speaking to knows what you're on about. Because more times when you're talking about football, funny enough, they don't know. They don't know. And it just goes with anything, really. The venue that the game was played in, when the goal was scored, the match scorer, the streak, is there an unbeaten streak, all of that. Never assume that your audience knows, because chances are they don't, which is why they're relying on you. Okay, so that's more Reggae Boys things that's popped up on my phone. So yeah, I'm glad you guys are appreciative. I definitely feel good about that. You guys have about 26 minutes. Is it 26 minutes? What am I on about? Until the game kicks off. Really, you don't. You have just a little over 30 minutes there, guys. I don't know what I'm telling you. You've got a little over 30 minutes until that one kicks off in Jamaica. You do have a couple choices. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you should be able to find it on channels like your aside from what's on screen, you could also check out Concacaf. They should be showing the game as well. I guess this is if you're in the Caribbean, or more so in Jamaica, you can go ahead and try that one. Those are a couple of choices there for you guys if you want to watch the game itself. And I think we have come to an end, guys. This is the part that I don't like. I don't like ending my live stream. I hate ending my live streams with you guys, but I don't think I have anything else left to say. So why take up you guys' time? I might as well just close off. Let's see. Let's see. I think that's that. Right, guys, I think I'm going to have to love you and leave you now. I don't have anything else left to say. I don't want to take up much more of your time. That game is kicking off in about 34 minutes time. So find yourself somewhere comfortable. Try to find a stream that is either doing a live watch along or one that is showing the game itself. I'm sure you guys will be in safe hands. Again, if you are out and about, I do hope that you make it home safe and unharmed. Because walking through your doors is an underrated blessings. And as I always say, thank you guys for rocking with me. Thank you for showing me love. Thank you for helping me to grow my platform. Your support does not go unnoticed. Thank you guys each and every time. I'll be aiming to see if I can do a live stream tomorrow night. I know I tend to do live stream every other night. I'll see if I can do something tomorrow night for you guys. But if I don't see you between now and the rest of the week, for whatever the reason might be, you guys might be busy. No hard feelings. Take care of yourself, and you know how it goes. Until next time, take care.
Hello, I'm Hansi Parchment. You're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
I feel like
I'm John Barnes, and you're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.